Hi, this is Karl, and I just have a couple of announcements this week. Join me in Los Angeles Friday and Saturday for the SMB Tech Fest, and that's going to be something that you go to smbtechfest.com and find out all the information. I'm going to be doing 4 hours of presentations, including a couple of hours on project management and project execution, a presentation on how to get rich in the IT business, and a very, very technical presentation on all the TCP/IP you need to know. Then the next weekend, on Friday, join me in the Bay Area for the SMB Nation Evolving Technology Tour. And then the week after that, join me in Dallas for the SMB Nation Emerging Technology Tour. So we got all kinds of fun stuff going on. Please check out all the details at smbooks.com and smallbizthoughts.com, and of course everything's on my blog. Alrighty, so this week I want to talk to you a little bit about one of the interesting things that we always talk about in our business, which is the different hats you wear. You know, you're always told, well, you have to be the finder, the minder, and the grinder, right? You have to be the one who does the sales. You have to be the one who does the tech support. You have to be the one who goes out there and manages the business. And those are the three big hats that we all seem to know about, but technology is about a lot more than that, and running your business, more importantly, is about way more than just finding, minding, and grinding. In the big, big picture, you're the only one who has the job of being the goal setter, the person who sets all the priorities for the business, the one who gets to determine what your niche is. You know, what is it exactly that you want to do with your business? Because your business should exist to support your personal lifestyle. It should be there to support your goals and what you want to do in the big picture. So if you want to retire, it should support your retirement. If you want to save money and buy a house in Costa Rica, it should support that goal. If you want to put your kids through college, it should support that goal. So whatever, you know, the reason is for your business to exist, you're the only one who gets to make those decisions. So you have to figure out what that is. So that's another hat. And on top of all of that, you have to do the little things. The minding of the store includes corralling all of the documentation. And by documentation, I mean not just the checklists that we all go through to install a new computer, set up a server, set up a network, whatever it might be, but also keeping track of the time of all of your employees and keeping track of the work that was done so you can send out the billing. You don't necessarily have to do all of these things yourself, but at the end of the day, you're the only one who's responsible for making sure that all that stuff gets done. So you really have to be a manager of your business. One of the most important things you need to do is look at the money side of things, and you know, in addition to figuring out what you want your business to be and what you want your niche to be and all that, you have to manage the money more than anything else in your business. It's one of the easiest things for us to forget, is that our job as the owners and managers of small companies is to manage money. At the end of the day, profit is the key reason that our businesses exist. If you don't have profit, you've got to go do something else for a living, right? So we got to make sure that that's a key thing that we pay attention to. Now that means you got to pay attention to the overall size of your company. Do you want 1 employee, 10 employees, 50 employees, however many it is always important in a small business to know exactly how many people you need and to not have more people than that on the payroll. And the reason for that is fairly straightforward. If it costs you $30,000, $50,000, $60,000, $80,000 to have an employee around, plus benefits, that's a lot of money. And every penny that you spend along those lines is obviously a penny that doesn't go to the profit, doesn't go to the bottom line. So managing the size of your business is key to your success. And final thing is, in terms of money, you always have to be looking at what you're going to do with that money. Does it go into your retirement? Does it go to fund your lifestyle right now today? Does it go into some other kind of investments? Are you actively buying real estate? Are you buying a college education for your kids? You know, what are you doing with that money? And don't get lazy and say, oh, I don't want to think about that stuff today. What I want to think about is technology, because technology, it's what we love. It's why we got into the business. But you can't get sidetracked by delivering service and not pay attention to the actual business that needs to stay alive and be vibrant if you're going to be able to retire and fulfill all those goals that your business exists for. Finally, I encourage you as the business owner, as the business manager, to always be changing and never stop learning. And those two go hand in hand. You have to always be willing to see what's new and what's next and what's out there. And yeah, there'll be some things that you say, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to get into that business. I want to ignore that business. I made a conscious decision many years ago that I did not want to sell internet services. Because all of the internet service providers and the phone companies and everybody, they want you to resell their services. Now, I could have made lots and lots of money doing that, but it would have defined a piece of my company in a direction I personally didn't want to go. So I'd have sold phone services, but not internet services, and that had a more or less permanent effect on my business and on where my money comes from. So I was able to funnel my business in a certain direction by deciding what I didn't want to do. On the other hand, I also decided I didn't want to get into signage, all right? I didn't want to get into selling copy machines. But now I'm evolving and I do want to get into 3D printing. I do want to get into some of the newer electronics that are coming out because I think that there's a bigger market there going forward than the market I'm serving today with small businesses. So whatever you decide to do is up to you, but the point is you need to be changing and changing and changing. And every few years, you got to just look at what you do and what you don't do and evaluate whether or not you still want to continue doing and not doing the mix that you have today. Whatever you decide that you're going to do, you need to keep learning. Even if you decide to keep the exact same mix you have now, technology keeps evolving. So you have to keep on top of that. If all you want to do is support servers, that's great. Well, now the servers are the 2012 series, and a lot of people are not up to speed on that. Now servers are using IP6, and a lot of people are not up to speed on that. So whatever it is that you want to keep doing, whether it changes or doesn't change, you need to make sure that you're up on that technology. So never stop changing, never stop learning, and never forget that you got to keep an eye on that bottom line, because at the end of the day, no one is more interested in the bottom line than the people who are owners and managers of the company. Have a great week, and I'll see you in Los Angeles and the Bay Area and Dallas.